Hey everybody, welcome to Last Week from the Table for December 29th, 2020. I'm your host, DM Gallibond. So, before we start tonight, I want to rant a little bit about Microsoft. Now I know, there's lots of you that have been ranting about Microsoft since you had a choice between the IBM PC and the Apple II. I know. But specifically, I'm upset at PowerPoint and the people that are behind PowerPoint. Now, you all who watch these segments, you may recognize that I spare absolutely no expense to create a multimedia PowerPoint presentation for each of these. I have embedded audio. I have transitions. I really go all out just for you. But within the last few weeks, PowerPoint has decided that the same audio files I've been using for over a year, the same MP4, MP3 audio files, somehow it doesn't like them anymore. For whatever reason. And it's really annoying me. In fact, the music that you are hearing right now is not even being played in PowerPoint. I'm having to use a completely separate music player software just to bring this audio to you, where normally there's a little space that you can embed the audio into PowerPoint and it just plays. So PowerPoint, you and your team, you quit screwing with the damn codecs. You fix everything back the way it was, and you make it work. I'm telling you, do it. Do it. That's final. That's non-negotiable. Get it done. All right. Well, enough with explaining to Microsoft why they have screwed up and how they need to fix it. Let us instead go forward and talk about what happened last week at the table. Okay, Thursday, we normally have a game on Thursday nights at 8 p.m., the Sword Coast Chronicles, but this past Thursday was Christmas Eve. Understandably, players wanted to be with their families, so we did not have a session. Players have indicated that they want to play this Thursday, which is New Year's Eve, because it's 2020 and nobody can do anything. We do have 2 people in our group that potentially have had an impact from the horrifying events in Nashville on Christmas Day. And so we're kind of everybody's okay, but we're just wanting to see if their schedules are going to be impacted by the fallout from that, and if they will be available. If everybody's available, we'll probably play. If we have a significant number of people that are still in, you know, basically follow-up mode from the events of Christmas Day, then we won't play. All right. Lost Mine of original D&D, Saturdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. We had a really fun session this Saturday night. We had a new player that joined the game. One of our Regular players was unavailable due to holiday conflicts, but we had a new player in the game, and that was fine because we were having our fight in the uh, Red Brand hideout, and they were battling against the Glass Staff and his minions. And the main party members had all been affected by an original edition hold person spell, which basically gives you one save, and since they all failed, they are completely locked up for 90 minutes until the spell wears off. Not even taking damage lets you have a subsequent save. It's just 90 minutes, you're held. End of story. So we had the players actually controlling NPCs for the fight because one of the things with Original Edition is it presumes that your party is always going to have NPC retainers and that those NPC retainers are going to be taking part in your adventures and fighting the battles and everything. So we just allowed the players to play the NPC so that they would have things to do. And it worked out really well. It worked out so well that I have decided that once I figured out how to make that happen so that the players could have control of not only the NPC tokens but the NPC abilities. I've decided in some of my other games that whenever there are NPC allies out on the board, I'm just going to turn control of those over to the party and let them run the NPCs because that then kind of gives them more agency in what their side of the battle is doing. Um, but eventually, they knocked out enough of the defenders that the whole original edition morale mechanic kicked in, and several of the key uh, several of the key enemies failed their morale check and either dropped out of the fight or actually came over to the party side and started fighting against, and the party won. The party's team won the day. So they have now captured the glass staff. They have gone through his office. They have found the treasure. They have gotten the staff, but they have not yet figured out exactly what the staff does. They will need to take some time to do that. And they have not yet interrogated the glass staff. So we don't know what they're going to do with him. We will find that out next Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/Gallibond. Join in and see what happens in that game. And last but not least, on Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. Eastern, Walker of Waterdeep. This is the Planeswalking 5th Edition campaign, also on twitch.tv/Gallibond. What can I say about this game? We're in Kamigawa. We are in Junkai Forest. And they are on their way to meet the Bushido, who are going to take them to the Kitsune. And they are traveling with some friendly, some of the friendly snake people. Orochi is the race of the snake people, and they're following their main errand, but they've also picked up a second quest from the four of the five dragon spirits that are guardians of Kamigawa, because the fifth dragon spirit has been corrupted, and they need to do something about that. And the reason the party has to do something is that one of the party members has draconic blood, which is something very unusual to find in Kamigawa, and therefore the party is able to be agents in this quest. So On their way, they got attacked by a bunch of the rat people, the Nizume. And one of the big um, shadow teleporting rat people took a bite out of the uh, barbarian. And when he took a bite out of the barbarian, all of the rat people started to flee. Well, that one that took the bite got killed, and a lot of the others got killed. Several of them did escape. And when they went to examine the corpse of this one that had bitten the barbarian, they saw that instead of basically eating that bit of flesh, this rat person had taken that bit of flesh out of its mouth and put it in a pouch. And they were like, oh, they were trying to take a piece of the party for some reason. Some of the players have speculated that maybe they wanted a piece of the party so they could track them. But then that begs the question of, well, why would the rat people want to track the party? Or is it the rat people, or is somebody putting the rat people up to tracking the party? Who knows? Anyway, they got through that fight. They haven't gotten to their destination yet. So we will pick back up with that right here, or I should say, we're over on twitch.tv/Gallibond on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. All right. Well, that is going to do it for last week from the table. And this is the final last week from the table for 2020. I was saying yesterday on Monster Monday, what would the stat block be for 2020? What kind of monster would 2020 be if you were going to give it a D&D stat block? It'd probably be a pretty bad monster because, yeah, no matter how you slice it, no matter what you think of what has gone on in 2020, um, you know, from all this year and everything, it's just been a bad year. It's been a bad year. And when the calendar turns to 2021, I just hope that 2020 goes away and we don't think about it anymore. Because it just was an awful, awful, awful year for a lot of people, for a lot of reasons. Um, those of you that tune in every Tuesday, thank you. We appreciate the community that's starting to build, the subscribers and supporters and everything. They're starting to trickle in on the YouTube and on the Twitch and whatnot. Really appreciate all of that. And um, really hope that you will have a safe and happy New Year celebration and that your 2021 will be the best and most prosperous year yet for you and your family. Blessings to you. Take care. And just remember, try to make your games memorable so that you can have tales from your table that you can share as well. Good night, everybody.